Marshal, Ravi Kapoor, there are also those who are blaming the pilots for it, that this couldn't have been done without the pilots doing it manually. But the flight was only up in the air for 32 seconds. And from what I know as a layman, that these switches are hard to negotiate with.
So, good evening, Vineet, and thank you for having me on your show. First is, it was a very critical condition of flight. It was not something that pilots have the time to start fiddling with any switches or anything. It's a very critical condition of flight that you are taking off. The aircraft is at lower speeds. Second is that this report, which has come, I think it's come under pressure to make public some kind of information because I think the pressure was mounting to let people know something is what is the kind of preliminary finding. But this report is more a statement of fact than an investigation or analysis. What is the fact? The fact is that from the report, what is evident is that the fuel supply to the engine has gone, and then it has come on in 10 seconds. That is a fact. Um, this could have happened for whatever be the reason. The preliminary report or the statement of fact cannot be construed as a final investigation to apportion blame, responsibility, or any kind of culpability. So I think it is too premature to come to a conclusion on this accident. It is better to let the investigation go through its full course to see what were the reasons, including sabotage. I think sabotage angle should not be ruled out till the time investigations are complete, because there are many things. One is that this is finally any switch is it is not a mechanical lever; it is a switch. So it is electromechanical. Finally, it gives an electrical command while it is operated mechanically. So, till the time we do not go through the entire process of investigation in trying to find out the reason for the fuel supply to be shut off to the engine, it would be premature to come to a conclusion. And the easiest thing, in any accident is to blame the pilot, because the pilot is not there to defend himself. And so it is very important that instead of making presumptions, we should allow time and allow the experts to go through this in detail and do this whole thing. And so, what happens in after some incidents in Air Force, what we have started doing even in our transport fleet, certain critical conditions of flight we videograph. And so it is important that when the technology increases, when the pilot load increases under certain conditions, it is always better to have a kind of a backup where you could record. Cockpit voice recorder gives you here there is a clear-cut evidence that the pilot said that have you switched it off? And the other pilot said, no, I have not switched it off. Now, so there is a clear cut indication, because the switches are cannot be fiddled around. It cannot go off or on its own. But the fact remains that the fuel supply has been cut off. So overall, I would say that we should not jump to conclusions and let the inquiry go through with the expert set of experts. Do not rule out any kind of possibility, and I think presumptions and perceptions should be curbed. That is all I would like to say. Thank you.